shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted. One moment that you captured, just let it slip. Yo, his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on.
And this one's for you.
Hey, this is for the driving around, jacking downtown, anywhere Saturday night. Yeah, this is for the back road, turning up the radio, heading right where the two-lane turns into Main Street, cruising the same streets, over in the passenger seat.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, yo. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
I got my shades on, top back roll.
Alright, so we're here at the Beecham Ranch, and this is, what's your name again?
It's Kent Beecham.
Kent Beecham. Nice to meet you. I'm Dan Levins, and we're with Cal Poly. Just from our experience, we heard that the water truck is the most important piece of equipment you can have at a job site. So wondering if you could just elaborate a little bit more on that, what it's used for on job sites.
So on civil sites, you're always going to need water. It's just necessary. You need compaction, and also for any type of erosion control, and just keeping jobs wet. Keep it the way the government wants it.
Cool. So why don't you show us some of the controls, if you would, in here.
So before you start the bad boy up, you always want to check for oil and water. So we'll check water up there, and then see oil will be on the other side. It's kind of funny. You always got to check it a second time because this never shows what it actually is. You never know how that works, but it does. So right there, you're fine. And I'll usually just run up there and check water, but we're just starting up for a second. So let's see, this is a 9-speed. Pretty simple to run. Old school though. But I'm gonna hop in here. Feels like rats got in here recently. Oh, there's decon. Alright, well I've been in here a while. So we got the shifter, PTO out. This is for the water. Pretty much with this, you flip your clutch in. Actually, you don't have to flip your clutch in for the PTO. Go in, and you got all these spares here. You got left and right fronts right there. Left side, right side. That's from the side. And then you got your 2 rears. And this is the top side going on your driver's side. And this is middle one. And also back here, it's hard to see, but this is your gravity. This just lets it out. Like, this is the fastest way to get water out on the road or something like that. Very quick. So you got that. You don't want to drive with your rear diffs locked all the time, but you lock them up if you need to. Here's your parking brake. Flip it on right here. I don't think the lights work, but that's okay. Driving a truck, you always gotta, you're not necessarily letting it warm up, but you gotta build up your air pressure in your brakes. And most of them won't let you even put this brake in until it gets to 60 or 90. Notice how this brake won't stay in? There's that. So you just rev up the engine.
and then just work our way up to what we've been doing.
And what are you building here?
This will be, it's a hay barn,
Okay, cool.
and it's all steel.
Yeah.
And we started off with by grading it, and then drilling our holes 30 inches deep. Well, we overdug it, then recompacted up to within 30 inches. So then, after we got the columns stuck up there, we went with this rafter in the middle here. Craig had already bolted it together, and you can see how critical it was. If we didn't have these bolts in the right spot, this column, that rafter wouldn't have fit at all, really. I mean, we're talking even 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah.
You know. So then, after we got that up, we put in these braces. That one brace. That's what they call a rod brace. And then it comes from that one to that one. And then once you got those in, because this is all connected, it does the work for both sides. Okay. And then the same thing over there, like that. And that one where we had to cut out our holes here. Just laid the strings out, you know, and we had to cut these out ourselves. That's the only field work we had to do, basically, like that. And it says so to do so in the plans. And yeah, it went together real good. And another thing we had to make certain of is that it lined up right here. So if you just put your eye to here, it pretty much all disappears, which is a good sign. That one might be in a little bit, which is better to be in than out, you know. So then we're going to put a concrete slab in here next.
The blade. I don't know. I get it mixed up, and he does all this, the leveling and shit, and we just take a laser, set up laser and fucking, he's on that, and he's on that, and we'll tell him a couple inches down, a couple inches up, and so, damn, that's fucking, damn.
Going in, right?
Yeah, and so he's a pro on it. So I mean.
So what were you doing with the 330? You're lifting the steel up and.
Yeah, this is like our. It's like we're doing skyscrapers, but it's just a lot smaller. And we're just lifting it up. It's like
crane.
Yeah, it's like a crane. That's what we're using. Like.
Cool, cool.
What about the pipe? You been doing that with the hoe?
Yeah. We just dig the holes for the pipeline with the backhoe right there.
Okay.
What kind of pipelines you doing? Storm, sewer, what?
This yellow one right here, that's propane. That'll go up right over there, and there'll be a propane tank. And then this one sticking out, this white one, that's sewer line, and it goes out. And he has the deal over there, and then over, and that's all sewer line sticking up. And this one right here is our water line. That one, that gray one sticking up.
Okay.
He ran this from. This goes like up to the top of the mountain, I'm pretty sure.
Cool. You think we could hop up in the excavator and you show us what the controls do? And which one?
Yeah, I always forget, so I mean, every
That's
time
fine.
I control the bucket and the arm does whatever, twist it up, twist it out, swing it around, and then
You're not nested in there, like.
I'm pretty sure one of them. Pretty sure they also control, you move around and it does a 360 to the tracks on this at the top. It can do a 360 all the way around. So then these ones right here control your tracks.
Oh, okay.
Right here. So I mean, if you want 360 the tracks, you can go like that. If you want 360 the other way, go like that. If you want to just go straight, you either push them forward or something or back. And if you just want to turn, do a slide turn. I mean, fucking. But if you just want like 360 in place, just like that. That's about it. Just
About how much dirt do you think you can fit in that bucket there? How big is that bucket? If you were to guess.
What are you talking
In
about?
terms of like yardage.
I have no idea.
That's alright.
Good answer.
It's pretty big though.
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger compared to the backhoe.
Yeah. You got with this equipment when you're working around here.
Well, Monty sometimes brings his hard hat, but today he forgot that. So
Cool. So what do you have to be careful
I'm always
of?
dropping nuts out of my pockets, and he's always fucking bitching at me. So.
So what kind of things do you have to be careful about when you're operating something like this? One thing you're always checking for.
Just people like around, you know, just like swing that shit, and you can't really. It's kind of so hard seeing on this side. So I mean, if you're coming around, you're going fast, and there's someone right there. I mean, like you could hit them. So you want to be slow, especially turning to your right side in the excavator, because it's hard to see on that side. You just want to know. You want to know your surroundings, where people are at all times. You know, you don't want to fuck anyone up.
Yeah.
Especially down here, it's just me, my mom, and my dad, dude. Like, so that's safety features.
Cool.
What about
Yeah.
maintenance?
But yeah, maintenance. What kind of maintenance do you have to do for a piece of equipment like this?
Well, we should service it as much, like, I don't know, what would you think, like every month or something, like oil, motor oil, and
Well, if you're running,
well, yeah, if
for an
you
8-hour day, you
for a month
grease it
straight.
daily, and then every morning you want to check oil and fuel. Well, you fill up when you get off at 3:30, you grease, and in the morning you check in oil
I'm missing
and water.
I need the.
and he said it for you, so.
I need the
I
erection.
mean, just definitely greasing on the daily, though, if you're running that shit all the time.
For the P's.
P is the pros, yeah.
Yeah, we don't really care about washing dirt off anything around here. It don't matter. We're not
That's one would be.
worrying about city violations and stuff. We're in the backwoods, so kind of real.